Yeah, fall back too close, you ain't even know me. Trust my brothers from way back from the north. Whiskey and Dior, and they like they owe me.
What's up, people? It's your man Jelani, aka the Modern Maverick, coming to you once again from my home in Houston, Texas. We're cooling down a little bit tonight, so I decided to come out and do a boot review for you out here by the pool. You know, I got to thinking a lot today about, my journey in, becoming a fan of cowboy boots, Western wear, cowboy hats, etc. And, one of my videos, I think it was Father's Day, I talked about my father really being a man who wore hats and, different types of boots and shoes, and really being what I like to call the original lemon pepper stepper, a very dapper man who loved to dress and dress in different ways and really express his personality through that. And that's kind of what guided me to cowboy boots and hats and different forms of boots or Western wear, just being able to express my own creativity. And when I first started wearing boots, I was kind of a person who just gravitated to what I knew, being where I'm originally from, which is New York, and that was the Timberland boot. That's what we wore. But as I spent more time with my family in the South and really gained interest in things like, land and really embracing the culture, it just naturally became who I am. And then, my interest in music as well. So I had the opportunity last year to really hear some music at a song called Double Wide. And the lady sings in that song. She said, "I like a tall, lean man with Lucchese's on his feet." And at that point, I hadn't even heard of Lucchese's boots, to be honest with you. But I said, yeah, I'm here in Houston, Texas. They got to have some Lucchese's down here somewhere. And sure enough, we have several stores here. So I said, let me go in here and see what these Lucchese's are that she's talking about. And I went in there and I instantaneously fell in love. So much so that, my current collection is probably 20 some odd pairs of Lucchese's and growing. So when I heard that lady sing, "I like a tall, lean man with Lucchese's on his feet," and then I went and I actually started looking at Lucchese boots and trying them on and wearing them, I said, "Oh, ma'am, I'll be your Huckleberry." Well, a couple weeks ago, I got a text message from one of my favorite Lucchese bootmakers employees down in Mercedes, Texas, a lady I work with in securing a lot of my Lucchese boots. Her name is Michelle. Big shout out to Michelle. Thank you for always helping me attain, the specific boot that I'm looking for. She reached out to me and she said, "Hey, Jelani, you're not gonna believe this. I was thinking about your collection of boots and where you like to go next. And what I was realizing is that you don't have an ostrich in our saddlewood color." And I said, "Oh, well, say more. Let me look on the website and see what this is about." So she said, "Hey, let me send you out this boot." I said, "Okay." So a box came. Lucchese bootmaker. Don't get too much better than that or better than that at all. This boot is called the Luke, and it is in the saddlewood color. Let's unbox this boot together. See what we got in here. So in true Lucchese style, it comes wrapped in the Lucchese branded paper. And right away in here, covered in plastic, is a full quill ostrich in a beautiful saddlewood color. We have a full leather sole, brass tacks, of course, single stitch welt all the way around. This is on a leather stack heel with a rubber cap. 13-inch shaft here. That 13-inch shaft has intricate saddlewood stitching on a darker brown calfskin leather exterior, and then a dark, almost chocolate leather piping going from the heel all the way up to the pull The pull, again, I'm feeling calfskin leather wrapped all the way around. Same as the shaft. And then you have your traditional cardboard stuffing. You guys know how I feel about these shafts, these shaft savers that come in this cardboard material. This is an $895 boot. Give me something better than this with an $895 boot, for the love of God. More cardboard. Yeah, and then paper in there. Well, inside the boot, calfskin leather all the way down. No removable insole there. This is a beautiful boot, but you don't expect anything else or anything less from Lucchese Bootmaker. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they are the standard. I have not typically been a round toe guy. I am more of a cutter toe, but this boot, I tell you right now, just right away, this is a dress it up, dress it down boot, all three levels. Casual, business casual, full suit, dress it all the way up. You're gonna get that with this boot. This round toe is beautiful. The patina that I'm finding on the tip of the round toe there already in place is absolutely striking. This boot here, just by looking at it straight out the box, there's nothing at all that you can complain about. It's beautiful. It is nearly perfectly made. You know, I think I'm going to have a hard time finding something wrong here when I actually do put it on foot and give it the 10 to 12,000 steps that I typically do. Lucchese Bootmaker, this is what it is. Now, I've talked a lot, you know, throughout my post about Lucchese kind of being the standard, but then there being other folks who are, you know, making, you know, a dash for Lucchese. One of them, one of my favorite bootmakers, actually, real big in the running, Rujo Boots out of Dallas, Texas. Now, when Michelle sent me this boot here, the Luke, I did a lot of research on it. $895 for this boot, and no doubt, you know, name brand quality, recognition, long history of bootmaking in America. $895 is just what you're gonna pay, if for nothing else other than the name Lucchese, and then you're lucky enough to get a top grade quality boot. But then I talked to my friends in Dallas, and they sent me a box. And if you saw my last post, I said Rujo had an incredible sale a couple weeks ago for the National Cowboy holiday. And so I did what we call empty the clip. A lot of boxes showed up to my house, and in those boxes were this. Rujo's full quill ostrich round toe boot. One of the things I'll tell you right off the bat is something that you've heard me talk about before. I expect more out of the higher end bootmakers than cardboard stuffing and plastic wrapping my shoes or my boots. Rujo came right out the box. Dust bags on the boot. Just this little extra is already making me feel that my money is well spent, and as a consumer, I've been thought about. This boot, full quill ostrich, round toe, a little lighter profile than Lucchese's Luke. This is honeycomb. This is saddlewood. Rujo's boot, again, round toe, full leather sole, leather stack heel, rubber cap, 13-inch shaft on the Lucchese, 12-inch on the Rujo. Rujo's insole is their traditional, very cushy insole, their Airwalk, which I have said time and time again, I compare directly to Dan Post as something that is just absolutely amazing. They just don't miss with the comfort and nearly no break-in needed in their boots. Sorry about that. My dog he's chasing a damn rabbit around the backyard. Welcome to Texas, folks. Here's what I want to do, folks. I'm going to put both of these boots head to head. I'm going to put them both on foot for 5 days. I'm going to go 10,000 steps in each boot every day. 10,000 here, 10,000 there. So I'm going to do 20,000 steps per day. Same conditions. And come back and let you know head to head who takes the crown in the round toe boots. Lucchese's tried and true tested Luke, or Rujo's, the newcomer, the challenger, the Deacan. Big thing that is going to be a factor here, I can tell you right now. And it is not the quality of the boot. My God, both of these full quills are amazing. Just strikingly beautiful. $895 for this boot. $595 for this boot. Neither on sale, MSRP. Is this boot $300 better than this boot? Give me 5 days. Let me get 10,000 steps a day in each boot. I'm gonna come back and tell you what I think about both of them. She likes a tall, lean man with Lucchese's on his feet, but I wonder if she can appreciate a tall, lean man with a $300 less pair of Rujos on his feet, which are showing every single bit right out the box, the quality of the Lucchese. Head to head, heavyweight throwdown, Rujo, Lucchese. Give me 5 days, I'll give you the results.